Hey, beautiful people. Not everything, not everything that's happening right now can be explained or even fully understood. A little while back, a good friend and I, we were catching up over a cuppa, and we found ourselves exploring this idea that as the pendulum swings in the world, as things begin to right themselves, things also alongside that fall apart. Structures collapse, but there is a rebalancing taking place. And within that rebalancing, I can feel like this surge of something that is familiar, something though that is ancient. And I don't say this lightly, I feel a return of magic. And I do not say that lightly. And as the truth begins to kind of take back hold in the world, I feel that taking back hold in the world also. There's like this deep remembrance stirring. For years and years, I've shared that I could sense the return of the mystery school traditions. Spirit constantly whispering that we are in a cycle of return. And now we're witnessing a resurgence. I'm seeing it out there. We're witnessing a resurgence, people gathering again. And as they gather, they remember. So as we gather together, we remember. And on Monday evening, I headed out to host our very first Moot, a branch of our mystery school and a spark of what I've come to know as the Tilak Collective. Now, Tilak is an old Irish word, and I invite you to look it up and tell me what you discover. So there I am, Monday evening. I arrive at the Plough-In, which is tucked down an old cobbled street lined with these beautiful old cottages, and at the back, an ancient church which is held within these dry stone walls, and behind that is an old converted barn that now serves as a theatre. Beautiful space. It's a very different space from the rest. It's almost like you've got this world within a world, right? So it's very liminal, right? So it's almost like as if you just step through a portal. Okay, and I arrived early with a book in hand. Okay, Pagan Portals, Merlin, Once and Future Wizard. All right, so I got gifted that just before winter solstice by a wonderful, wonderful client, and I'm there. I arrive, book in hand, actually a couple of books, and that detail matters. The fact that I arrived with this book, that detail matters. And I peered around the bar, went in and peered around the bar to see if anyone had arrived early, like myself, for the Moot. And I saw no one, so I ordered a Guinness and took a seat by the fire. It was unlit, but it was lovely. And I just kind of sat, just enjoying the space. And after a little while, two dear friends arrived. They ordered a Guinness and a cider, and we began talking. We sat around the table next to the fire, and we began talking. And you know how it is. The conversation drifts, and somehow the conversation drifted to the Fae. And it being a mystical move, that makes complete sense, right? But the conversation drifted to the Fae, and to stories around people disappearing into the other world, a world within a world, portals in nature, places where you're still here but something is different. Like you walk into a copse of trees, or you go under an archway of trees, and something's different. Like there's a stillness or a sharpness in colour, a shimmer, or the feeling that you've just crossed a threshold. And we spoke of Anwin, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is the Welsh otherworld, which is known as the blessed realm of the Fae, which is similar to the Irish traditions as well. The blessed realm of the Fae. And myself and Joe had attended a storytelling journey not long before, a week ago, filled with tales of people stepping into those spaces and those worlds within, and stepping into those spaces and becoming unseen. That's where the conversation took us, still present yet unseen. And the conversation drifted to the book. All right, so it drifted to the book, the story of Merlin, and it's about a lady's experience with Merlin. In it, the author describes standing within a circle and disappearing. She's still there, but her dog could no longer see her. The dog sensed her, but couldn't see her. Now, this is where things become really interesting. The guys ordered another drink. I nipped to the bathroom, had another look around for anyone attending the Moot, and I saw no one. And we sat there. I was quite miffed. I was sitting there thinking, where is everyone? And we wondered where everyone was, but we carried on talking for around about another hour, and it was a beautiful evening. And eventually we said our goodbyes. I hopped on my bike, pedalled home along quiet lamplit lanes, and on my way back I saw 3 foxes. Now often people talk about foxes see us before we see them. They're like very otherworldly creatures. They're very liminal. They're almost invisible. And I saw 3 of them on the way back. I had a bite to eat and a cuppa and drifted off to sleep. The next morning I opened up my emails and there was a message sent at 7:36 p.m. the night of the Moot. Hi Shane, is the Moot on this week? So I tapped back, replied yes, it was on from 7 till 9. Little bit of a conversation, and you were greatly missed. Not long after, I received this. Okay, Shane, Shane, where were you? We were in the front bar. I looked in the other bar where people were playing darts, but I didn't see you. We even asked the lady behind the bar, is anyone meeting here tonight? And she said there was nothing until later. We had a meal and we thought maybe we've got the wrong night. Sorry we missed you. And I just stared and stared at the message, because I had also looked into the other bar and they were playing darts. We had been there. Then my friend Jo messaged me. I let her know, and she messaged me and she went, no way. There was a couple eating dinner when we walked in, and he had a crutch and said snap when he saw Rich. Rich was on crutches as well as Ron was. So Joe and Rich walk in and there's a couple eating dinner. He had a crutch and said snap when he saw Rich, and Joe goes on to say, could it be them? Yet we were only round the corner, and when I say round the corner, literally like 10-15 seconds away. Yet we were round the corner. Surely they would have heard us talking. It was them. Ron later emailed me and said he clearly remembered my friend walking in with a stick on the same side as his. We were there, they were there, and yet we did not see each other. And Joe went on to say something to me that has really stayed with me. This is what she said. My biggest question, Shane, isn't how, it's why. And she made me really like, what? She went, were you in actual fact invisible? Question marks. I'm baffled as you are. My biggest question isn't how though, it's why. Were we, for a moment, invisible to one another? There we were in a conversation about the otherworld, about being unseen, about crossing thresholds. I wonder what you make of it, because I'm still unraveling it, but I wonder what you make of it. I would genuinely love to hear your thoughts. As always, keep shining until next time. Sending you all so much love.